Good morning, Valparaiso. I'm Storm Shield Meteorologist Matt Wilson here with your VUTV weather update for Sunday, February 15th. Our big weather stories this week are continuing lake effect snow this morning impacting the area, dangerous cold and wind chills coming in later tonight into tomorrow and later this week as well, and more snow chances throughout the week for light snow and a possible more significant snow event later in the week. So moving to our RPM forecast radar at the moment, you can see it's currently projecting the lake effect snow band to be through the middle of Lake Michigan into the Chicago area at the moment, and that should be moving off to the west throughout much of the daylight hours and weakening, and then it will move up north into the lake as the winds shift around to more southerly on the western edge of the center of high pressure. So the band is actually going to move out into the lake as projected by this model, and then move up toward Michigan and weaken and affect that shore. So the band throughout the day will be moving away from our area and affecting other places. So moving further into the forecast, our next cold front moves in Monday night into Tuesday morning, bringing with it our next chance of light snow along with some clouds and much colder temperatures on Tuesday. So moving in after the fronts move through on Tuesday, you can see that we have some light clouds moving off the lake here, possibly some flurries with a little bit of effect over the lake itself. But the main lake effect threat is confined over Michigan and points east of Lake Michigan. So moving into our snowfall projections from the RPM model, you can see it's printing out around 2.3 inches of snow in Valparaiso, with another tenth or so of snow with that cold front moving through Monday night, and 2.4 inches of snow in Gary. So these are lining up pretty well with our forecast amounts of around 1 to 2 inches of additional snow Sunday morning as that band pushes off to the west toward Chicago and weakens. Now, looking out into our national forecast for temperatures here, you can see that Sunday at 10 a.m. we have -1 projected in Valpo, 4 in Green Bay, -8 and -10 in Toronto. They're the wintry winner of the day, as the sprawling center of high pressure dominates the nation coming down from the Canadian Arctic. Now this center of high pressure will move slowly towards the south and east throughout the day, and temperatures will warm only a little bit. A high of 5 in Valpo, a slight recovery, 10 in Green Bay, 0 up in Detroit, and -5 in Toronto. So very cold Arctic air sitting over us here. Now moving this forward to tonight at 2 a.m., we'll have a low of around 0 in Valpo, -10 in Cleveland, -10 in Detroit. So they're the real cold spots for our forecast here. Now, moving out Monday during the day, we get on the back end of that high pressure, which warms things up a little bit. High of 14 in Valpo, 15 in Green Bay, 19 out in Minneapolis. However, out in the plains, we have some decently a little bit warmer air. 24 in Bismarck, 37 in Rapid City, 41 North Platte. So that really shows the contrast in this pattern here. We have very cold air over here and somewhat warmer air to the other side. So moving on in our forecast here, you see Tuesday morning, we have a cold front moving through. So you have temperatures a little bit higher above the front, but much cooler behind the front. -16 in International Falls, 3 in Minneapolis. So that's more cold air headed our way. Going into our high for today, 5 degrees. Lake effect snow continues in the morning, bringing 1 to 2 inches of additional accumulation. Winds from the north at 10 to 15 miles an hour, weakening throughout the day, and then turning around to southerly to push that band back out into the lake. Looking at our lows tonight, a low of around -1 in Valpo. Overcast and winds variable at 5 to 10 miles an hour as that high pressure center moves off to our south and east and swings the winds back around. Looking at our high for tomorrow, a high of 14 forecast, mostly cloudy and chilly with winds from the southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Going to our full 5-day forecast here, we have a high again of 14, low of 7 on Monday, President's Day, so a very somewhat chilly day for President's Day, but not that bad compared to the rest of this week, sort of. We have a high of 24, a low of 3 on Tuesday, with a slight chance of snow as that cold front swings through overnight and Monday into Tuesday. A high of 10 and a low of -5 on Wednesday. Very cold with a slight chance of snow off of the lake. A high of 9 and a low of -4 on Thursday. Again, very cold with dangerous wind chills possible. And on Friday, a slight chance of snow as another system moves out from the Great Plains into our area. A high of 23 and a low of 15 to round out your week. This has been your Storm Shield weather update. I'm meteorologist Matt Wilson, and may the force be with you, Valparaiso.